Hello guys, we're back. Sorry for the red flag. There was a few glitches going on, and we wanted to restart the lobby just so that it all sort of fizzled itself out a tiny bit. But we're back. We're going from the quali results, so we will have the full 100% race. Everyone, don't forget your setups. That's vitally important. If you forget your setups, you're going to be pretty screwed for this race. It has to be said. But I'm still with Mark Hodgson. Are you still alive? Still good? Still kicking?
Still here. Yep. Still good. I'm glad you said about setups because I probably would have just done tyres and setup and totally forgot about it. So thanks for
You're
that.
more than welcome. I know the feeling of it getting red flagged. You start from the race and forgetting to put your. I do it every single time, and everyone goes, "You had a bad race today." Yeah, try racing without a setup, mate. Cheers.
Yeah, it's horrible.
So
You can get away with it at some places, such as like Brazil, for example, because the balance setup that it goes with isn't usually too bad. But yeah, otherwise you're fighting an uphill battle, aren't you? Really?
yeah, you very much are. Hello, Mandy. How are you? Good to see you in the YouTube chat, as always. Um, yeah, you are fighting an uphill battle. And this track, if you just use a base setup, you're gonna have like 25 wings. That is the last thing
Yeah,
you want at Monza.
they
Like
certainly
25,
are.
25
So
at most other tracks is like, oh yeah, that's okay for wings actually. At this track,
yeah, pretty much.
no.
No, no, no. Most drivers, I think, we'll find are going to be in the single figures, if not maybe even less than five on the rear wing, maybe even shorter than that. You know, we're talking high speeds here of well in excess of 200 to 210 mile an hour. Down the streets, 'cause we do mile an hour. We don't do the wrong way. We do the proper way.
We certainly do. Now, we are going on the formation lap. So let's see what's going to go on from here. Let's have a look at the tyre selection, shall we? This is going to get interesting. So we've got mediums for the front three. Then Dumbest Hornet's gone for the soft. So he's going to be very, very attacking off the line. Then you've got Dynamite, Amar Red, Bit, and Lorpy all on the mediums. And Geke on the softs. Mark on the mediums. Nick on the mediums. Lorapel on the mediums. Spit on the softs. Wimax, Friddy, Baby Hornet, LRL, Red Car all on the mediums. And Anton on the softs, because it wouldn't be an MRC race without Anton picking soft tyres, would it? Let's be honest. But Carla's got a very black stealth livery there. It's actually quite nice. But let's carry on with the livery chat. So Nick BT has gone. So I don't like this. So we've got Geke in 9th running majority purple. Mark in 10th running majority purple. Nick in 11th running majority purple.
There's a theme. I wonder if ever a lot of people. I know Ryan, especially, has gone with the Miami Ferrari vibe this evening, which does look quite nice. Gives me the old Williams vibes as well,
It's
so
just
that's
so
quite interesting.
stunning, isn't it? It just really is stunning.
It
Whether
is
you
nice.
like Ferrari or... Well, he's the biggest Ferrari hater on this planet.
Yet he's
And
in the
he's...
Ferrari this season.
Yeah, well, yeah, but we all know that was just so he could have you, Jody, as a teammate. We all know. Let's be completely honest here. And then you got LRL. How's he... Oh, LRL's gone for... It looks like a failed American livery, but fairs. Red car, yeah, he's gone for the Ferrari vibe, I can see that. And Anton has gone for something Inter Milan related, apparently. So,
Interesting.
yeah. But I tell you something, this pack is very, very far away from the rest of the grid. Like, there's a lot just going around the final corner. Bailey's already lined up on the grid, so his tyres are going to be taking an absolute battering just being sat there in terms of temperature. But I'm really hoping I'm live, because there is
Well,
no...
Mandy says we are, so I think we are.
Well, no, but I mean, I'm more worried that... Yeah, we are still live. We're all good. Okay.
Good, good, good.
No, there's been times where I've streamed and it's just randomly cut off mid-stream.
Ah, nice.
So, yeah, that's always fun. But let's have a look at the lights. We've got 3, 4, 5, and we are... Come on. We are... in a minute, when everyone moves, we are racing Bailey's made a good getaway, but I tell you what, Saviour's equalled him. Saviour's ahead of him. Bailey's kryptonite strikes again on the right. Run down to turn 1. He's going to get the move done, but oh, there's contact. Someone's absolutely ploughed Bailey and Saviour. Someone's hit them both going into turn 1. G-Star, I think it was, because he's got a 3-second time penalty. But Mark, what a start from you up to P5.
No, there was a lot of contact through there, and I was on the inside, and there was a lot of bumper cars, but I know I was definitely part of the bumper cars because there was a lot of happening around, but yeah, I'd managed to get through it unscathed, but I don't know who was hit, who wasn't hit. It's going to happen at Monza. It's so tight.
Yeah, the
so
front
slow.
two, sadly, were both hit. They both, ironically, kept their positions. I'm not sure who hit them, but I saw someone absolutely steam into turn 1. But
yeah, there was a lot of that. There was a lot of cars. I was okay and made the apex, but yeah, there was a lot of cars there as well.
I just hope we haven't got anyone with rear wing damage is my hope. I'm worried Saviour might have, because he's already lost out to Bailey and he's already about to lose out to Kid Dynamite as well by the looks of it. He is. Kid Dynamite's into P2. Saviour is dropping positions. I think he has some damage to the rear of that car. Which is a huge
He's not pitted
shame.
though, so I wonder if it could be front wing to turn in.
No, because he was in the lead when he got hit, and he didn't hit any walls, so I think he's fine in the front end. Oh, the leading two have both gone flying off track though. Kid Dynamite's got 5-second penalty for corner cutting. A load of people have missed turn 1. Absolutely loads.
Yeah, I got the same, and we all slowed down. Chris was the same as me, and he didn't get it, but I did, and that was a strange one. Braked at exactly the right point, and I think it's a strange one that we all braked at the right point. I know I certainly was early, even though regarding that I had no DRS or be a slipstream, I was 1.6, 1.7 further back, and yeah, car just did not want to slow down at all. It was almost like we broke at the 50-meter board, so it was a strange one, that one. I don't know what that was about. Hopefully that's just a new track sort of issue with a Monza issue that we've gone through. I don't know if 40 Baby Hornet's out. I'm not sure why either, but yeah, it's a strange one that I think a few of us fell a copper for that one.
Yeah, very much. That was all very, very strange. I've just seen a whole host of cars just go absolutely booming off the track. But I'm sure we can get it sorted, and at least now some of the guys that got 5 seconds might actually take this opportunity to pit and serve the 5 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, it is an opportunity to do that, you're right, and yeah, we could do it, but I mean, personally I am.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a difficult one. I don't know if anyone will yet, but it's a long way. We've got still 50 laps to go, and you know, it opens up a lot of pit strategies as well, of course.
Yeah, it most certainly does. I mean, this is one of the shorter tracks on the calendar over 100% distance, just because you're at high speed for the vast majority of the lap. So this race tends to go a lot quicker than a lot of the others.
Yeah, I think this, you know, the early pit stop's not necessarily going to hurt or hamper anybody in terms of tyres, but it will help people in terms of fuel.
Yeah, it definitely will, because fuel's also a big one here, because like I said, you spend so much time on the throttle that you're going to use a reasonable amount of it. But Baby Hornet will be absolutely kicking himself that he's out, because he is the championship leader, and this is, I think, the last week he can race in X. So
I think it is for a while. Yeah, I think he is away for a little while, isn't he?
Yeah, not to give anyone a oh, he's not too happy with something, Mr. Hornet.
Oh, bless him.
But I'm sure we'll see it in the stewards afterwards.
Yeah. But, I think it's a difficult one. Turn 1 was a lot of people in there. I mean, I was involved as well. There was a lot of hitting and tapping, and I mean, not many people pitted, in fairness. So it could be one that you know, people kind of got away with the damage side, hopefully. So we hope that you know, everyone kind of got away with that in one way or another.
Yeah. Well, turn 1 was messy. Lap 1, turn 1, I mean, was messy, in fairness. I mean, it's again something we're probably going to see in the stewards. A lot of people are probably going to be reporting it because there was a lot of contact. And then obviously, turn 2, you just had everyone shooting through the escape road, to be honest with you. So, I mean, lap 2, sorry. You had everyone shooting through the escape road. So, let's hope it gets all... it all calms down a little bit. I wonder if people just didn't have the heat in their tyres and stuff like that.
Yeah, it could be. I think there was a lot of issues in the braking zone on lap 2 before the safety car came out. And I think what's not helped, I've just noticed going into turn 1, that people use either the white line or the 150 board to really gauge where to brake. It's normally about I mean, personally for me, it's about 120, maybe 130 in terms of braking, depending on your actual speed if you've got the DRS wide open. And the 150 board's actually not there on the left-hand side of the track. So that's, if you're looking there, you're looking for the braking point, you could really become a bit stuck. And I think that may, if that went in lap 1, that may be potentially the cause for a lot of people on lap 2, going straight on, not realising that and looking for the boards and braking after about the 100-metre board, which is, well, after that, which is far too late.
Yeah.
So now I probably explained potentially what happened to me.
Yeah, that might be. But I've got some good news for you, actually. So, you know, the game is a very reliable, non-glitchy game in any way, shape or form.
Yeah, of course.
So they've announced that your tyre strategy, they think your tyres could go to the end from here.
What, my hard tyres that I've just put on will do 50 laps?
Apparently so. They reckon, well, a soft medium was apparently possible. So,
Well, yeah, true.
In that respect, Mark Hodgson's going to win this race.
I mean, the medium to hards was about a second slower, if that.
Yeah.
So it was not even a huge delta. The safety car is coming in.
Someone at the back Carl is majorly glitching at the back of the grid, so I'm hoping he's not as glitched as I think he is. But Kid Dynamite, when's he going to go? He's currently in the Parabolica. He's leaving it very, very late here. Let's go on board with Saviour. He's leaving it very late, and he's not really caught. It was hard to catch anyone nothing really there because they all kind of had to go. But let's see how it goes. So, how many people are going to shoot off into turn 1 this time? Let's all hope everyone manages their braking points pretty okay. Kid Dynamite's actually missed turn 1 again, I think. Yep, he has. And the 10-second time penalty for Kid Dynamite.
Yeah, I think that 150-metre board not being there is playing havoc, I think, a little bit. I think Nick, I don't know where Nick BT's gone, but he was behind me, and suddenly he really wasn't. So, yeah, I went very, very safe off that one. I got a little bit boxed in and behind LRL and then Nick got a great start, so I just, yeah, stuck where I am.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of time penalties being given out today. Yeah. And I think we're going to have a lot of unhappy drivers with whoever took out that braking board. So whoever you are, I suggest you don't comment after this race. But this is where I find out it's Mark Hodgson. He reveals it on air right now. But
no, I was on the inside. It wasn't me.
Okay. Well, Mark's safe then. But rumour has it was Baby Hornet. But I'm not going to say anything because he's probably really upset right now. But Lurapel's got past Geke 4P6. Good move for Lurapel. How quickly can he He was also last week's Mrc-X winner, Mr. Hilbert Borger. So let's see if he can put anywhere near the fight he did last week. Chris has managed to get past G-Star on the run down to turn 1. Has Kid Dynamite as the middle-aged firecracker missed it again? No, he's actually made turn 1 for the first time this race. Shout out to Kid Dynamite.
Oh, there is an incident in turn 1. I think I saw LRL and Woomax backwards as well.
Yeah, LRL is recovering. What's happened to Woomax? He's sort of got going again, so I wonder if those two maybe had a little bit of contact. If you're a steward after this, I am internally sorry for you. That's all I'm saying. But let's see. Dumbest Hornet is showing some really, really good pace at the minute. He is right on the back of G-Star. So, Dumbest Hornet is on a mission, but he is on the soft tyre. But that is apparently the quickest strategy, the soft tyres to the mediums.
Yeah, I think that safety car is going to help with that potential one stop for those guys doing that, because it was. I looked at it, but it looked like there was going to be too much tyre wear that was going to be comfortable in my personal opinion, so I chose not to go with it.
Yeah. Well, Saviour's just run really wide at Ascari. That's going to hurt him major amounts. So that is not good news for him at all. He's dropped a few places down to 5th, but he's sort of going to get going again by the looks of it. He'll probably get back up. No, dumbest Hornets round. No, he's gone straight on, I think. No, he's in the wall. He's lost on the entry of turn 1. Oh, huge shame. Just as I was saying, he was doing so well. Laura Pell's now right on the back of Savior. This is going to be an insane battle to watch. There's also a great battle behind between Nick BT and Geke. So that's another one to really keep an eye on. But you made a few places though on your hards.
Yeah, battling there with Smith. I don't know why, but there was a little bit of just side contact through turn 1 and 2, just with it being so narrow. But yeah, Armour Red looking pretty quick as well on his hard tyres, but the softs are definitely pretty quick at this moment in time. So just trying to break that toe from Smith and those two behind.
Yeah, certainly looks that way early on, but
the hards don't feel great, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at this stage of the race. They probably don't, but I'm sure they'll come at... Well, very soon you'll start to reap the benefits of them. So, let's hope that happens sooner rather than later. But, the battle out front at the minute. So Chris Bailey, Kid Dynamite's really pulling away, but let's not forget, let's just quickly have a little look. Kid Dynamite has 15 seconds of penalties. G-Star has 3, Saviour has 3, Nick has 8, and Smith has 3. He's having a right ding-dong with Mark right now, so let's go and have a look at that.
No, I think you just went straight through turn 1 there, did Smith, I think, unfortunately.
Okay,
I saw that as well on my Delta, and it completely threw me.
Well, I was going to say, I saw you two switching positions. I was like, oh god, I'm missing a great battle here. Then I turned to it and Smith then dropped 3 seconds behind you. I was like, great, as Mark hit him. But,
I hope not.
But let's see. So G-Star, he's sort of hovering around the 1 second mark of Chris at the minute. So I wonder if he's sort of just playing Chris at his own game. Chris has just managed to get past him, which I am an absolute idiot for not noticing. Lorpe's just got past Geke 4, P7. That was a good... Oh, Geke's in the wall! And he's out.
Yeah,
safety car. Riley Doodles. Who is Riley Doodles, Mark? He's always in YouTube chat, but I have no idea who it is.
I don't know, but please tell me who you are, and welcome to MRC, which
welcome.
A little bit busy tonight.
Yeah, we are very hectic, but no, I've seen your name before. I saw you. I think it was whatever comms. I think it was tier 1. No, expert, elite tier. Sorry, tier 1 doesn't exist. Elite tier, and I saw your name in there, but I honestly have no idea who you are. So please tell me if you're in the Discord so I can work out who you are. But yeah. So the safety car, interesting. I think we might see a lot of the soft runners come in and get rid of them soft tyres.
I don't know, I mean, if they'll go 15, 20 laps, then, you know, they'd still be well within the window. I know my hards, I'm looking at my percentages now, and they're looking, well, I've basically, on a normal race, I've done a lap of them, so they're looking pretty toasty, pretty good for me at the moment. So I know the hards, and I'm sure the medium tyre winners will be feeling very similar as well.
Yeah, so Riley Doodles is someone who watches our lives and he loves our videos. So he's just a fan.
Oh, I appreciate the love, man. Absolutely appreciate that.
Well, while you're here, could you leave a like, please? If that's okay.
Yeah, and share.
Yeah, share.
Get
share
your friends
involved,
and that's awesome. I love that. That's fantastic. That's what we do. That's why we do. Well, part of why we stream them for the love of Formula One and love the commentary teams that we've got and the laughs and the fun that we have as well. And that's exactly that. And we love the support. So thank you very much. To I'm going to call him Yankee Doodle. So even he's not safe from me.
Yeah, he's a fan and he still gets it in the neck.
He still gets a nickname, of course he does.
But no, he's He's a YouTuber himself apparently, but he loves our videos. So yeah,
Oh,
feel free to
fantastic!
share it.
Awesome.
Share it with whoever, even your dog. Get him watching. Get him an iPad. Get him watching us. Even though, because I'm sure that when there's an accident, we all sound like a dog, and we'll get him barking.
Well, I
But
get the Hodgie howl. I mean, I probably might not tonight, but
what we
not at the
might do
minute.
if you go on a hiatus. But
Well, that could be true.
all it takes is Lesmo wants to sling you a little bit, and bye.
Yeah, it's done that already a little bit tonight. I've had a bit of understeer through that, caught him more than any others, and to be fair, Scarvy's caught me a little bit as well.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think it's the hard
Doodle
tyres,
says he's hit the
personally.
liked button.
Love it.
He's
Give
going
us
to
a
do
plug
it.
in your videos as well. That'll be awesome.
He's also going to like it on all of his other accounts.
How many does this man have?
He's just said I've got a few
Wow.
others. The middle-aged firecracker has also taken a break from racing for a split second, and is in the YouTube chat. Oh no, he doesn't like the middle-aged firecracker nickname, does he?
No, I don't think he does. I don't know when he didn't like it. I don't think he minded that one. There was another one. I think it was Daddy Sparkler or something. I don't think he liked.
Yeah, well, if you don't like it, don't tell me you don't like it, because that is 100% what you're getting called. So
No, I like the guy a lot. To be fair, I'm not annoying him.
no, Kid Dynamite's literally my coach. Well, old coach.
Yeah, you're not allowed to say anything.
So calling him a middle-aged firecracker is pretty much what he's used to. But no, I'll be nice. He is a father. Yeah, no, he said he's fine with it. Okay, don't you? It doesn't matter if
I
he
don't
was
know
or you
which one.
wasn't.
I don't know. I don't know. I think he was probably shocked when I first started giving him nicknames.
So we've got Riley Doodles Extra, who is now in the YouTube chat as well.
Is extra the one that you have to use after 9 p.m?
I'm subbing to that. Oh God, no. One thing you'll learn about our streams very quickly they are professional until they're not. I think
pretty
that's
much.
the best way to
that
describe it.
sums me up for a while.
Like,
yeah.
all of our streams are professional until they're not.
Until we
just-
go live.
Yeah, he's just said he's subbed on this account as well. Oh my God, now we're just a shout out away from being absolutely world famous. Well, we're already world famous, but even more world famous than we already are. But now we'll go back to the small matter that is rating, because Chris Bailey has absolutely left G-Star in the dust.
He backed everybody up very nicely. It went before the Parabolica, so it was a good backup for him. I didn't even know who the leader was, to be honest. Wow, there's a lot of lockups. That is smoke signals galore into turn one. That was.
You know what?
I didn't know where the corner was.
I'm going to stand up and I'm going to applaud everyone. For the first time in this race, everyone has made turn one. Sorry, I'm probably really horrible for saying that, but they are. I'm proud of you all. But Smith, I'm surprised Smith didn't pick, because obviously you've been fighting with Smith quite a bit, haven't you? He's on 10 lap old softs.
Yeah, I think a lot of them are. I think Carl Pitters, and he put another set of softs on, so he's up my trumpet on fresh tyres, so he's going to be quick. I'm just waiting for him to make a move or dump a load of ERS onto me, but or wait. He might even wait for the DRS to come through, but we'll see how that one works.
He's also a copycat to Mr. Rambo, because he's
I did see that, yeah. Oh, there is something in this car. Yeah, I can see on my track map.
Yeah, I think it's Armor Red.
That's lucky
Armor
because
Red.
he was on the hard tyres as well. He was challenging with myself and he was going along with that. And I've just seen one thing I do not want to see on my time delta, and that
Kid
is
Dynamite.
Mr. Dynamite. Yes. And Carl's using a lot of his ERS and he's got the slipstream, and I think he's going to try and have a move.
You see, a lot of people are scared of heights and ghosts and all this kind of stuff. Mark Hodgson just has to see Kid Dynamite's name, and that is it. He is.
Yeah, it's Kid
petrified.
Dynamite and Ujoni. That's just I'm done.
Who's Ujoni? Never heard of him before.
No, I'm not sure. Some
I've heard
Italian teenager is who he is. Which
Is
is
he not
even
that
more
guy
upsetting
in
that he's a
eSport?
teenager. Yeah, I think so.
He's a teenager.
I'm sure he is.
I need to reconsider my life choices. Wow. Okay. Well, that just makes me feel a lot worse. Cheers, guys.
Well, you mentioned he's doing exams, so I'm presuming that he's a teenager, but I mean, I could be wrong.
Riley Doodles is now getting his friend to sub to us as well.
Wow.
Get all of your family members, like I said, everyone. Just
I think it's because we don't really get many leagues where there's somebody driving and getting absolutely overtaken by a firecracker and Nick BT in one straight and commentating at the moment. That's 3 wide, that's scary!
Wow, what a move from Kid Dynamite! But Mark's held it on Nick BT.
No, I didn't. I got it. Whoa, chance whoa, come on, where's the room?
That might be the greatest save I've ever seen in my life.
I don't have a heart rate.
He's dead inside and out. But
that was horrible. I mean, the first bit in the sky was horrible. The exit got a little bit sort of not twitchy, was okay, but then I didn't know where Nick was, and there was a bit of contact. Nearly lost it there, and then a second bit as well. Just yeah.
Riley Doodles is impressed with you. He said, "What a save!" So,
much appreciated.
Run wide. He's now going to be vulnerable to a certain little Lorpy. Anton's up to P4 on those soft tyres. He started last. This guy is turning into a little bit of a beast.
He is, isn't he? He's really come up, hasn't he? Recently, you know, he whispers the tyres. He makes them last a lot longer than anybody would ever imagine he does, and it just. Ant's one of those drivers that just quietly goes about his business, and without any fuss, and he just does what he needs to do, and he just gets the results. Especially this season, he's had some fantastic results in Expert alongside his teammate, and it's been absolutely incredible to see.
Yeah. Riley Doodles, you want to join these races? Well,
there is a link in our About Me section, I think it is, if not, for the Discord.
Yeah. If not, head over to our Facebook page. And hopefully you are on PS
as well.
If not, head over to our Facebook page, MRC-F1 Leagues, and there will be a link to the Discord there, and you can get yourself in and join us racing. Even though, actually, it's quite nice as well, from some point of view, to actually just have a fan. But, I mean, feel free to come racing with us. We are... It doesn't matter how old you are, honestly, as long as you can race clean. And we've got pensioners here, and we've got teams here.
That's no way to talk about our boss, man. He is not near to pension.
I'm going to die. I'm dead after this race.
Well, I know he's away, and I'm sure he's watching, but I know he's away, so I'm sure...
Wow, 3-1, sorry, Mark, there's 3-1 again between Nick, Xavier, and Lorpy. Oh my goodness, how have they all got through there alive?
I could see that happening ahead of me, and I'm just looking going, no, oh my god, there is.
Did someone tell them I've got a migraine, and they've gone, right, okay, we're going to go 3 wide into every corner?
Yeah, no, didn't.
That's fine,
I'm not going to lie, though, these hard tyres, they just feel rubbish.
Yeah, I'm not... To be fair, though, right, I'm going to give you a little shout-out here. You sort of kept with Kid Dynamite.
Yeah, but I'm only doing that because I think they're battling, which is my only reason, I think, of how I've managed to stay where I am, because that's... I just feel like I've got no traction. There's just not the front-end bite that I like, and I've got the elder of the Hornets and the Buzzing Bees up my trumpet, and...
Don't worry,
I know he's a good driver, and he's a very clean driver as well, so he's not something like that I'm worried about. It's just, he's on mediums and I'm not, and it's... Yeah, worrying.
He showed some really good pace early on in this race as well. Like, he was actually keeping with Chris Bailey, Lurapel and G-Star, so... But he's just about to come... He's got a lot more grip than you because of the medium tyres. Let's see, which way is he going to go? Mark's got the straight line speed at least for the time being. Mark's actually going to have a look up the inside of Lorpy. No, he backs out very, very sensible from the Hodge.
Yeah, can't do that into Ascari unless you are completely alongside, so I just thought, no, I'm going to leave that one completely alone.
Yeah, very sensible. Riley Doodles, if you need a racing line, we have a tier that suits everyone's... Well, we have tiers that suit everyone. If you're a
Yeah,
beginner,
pretty
we've
much.
got
Yeah, we do encourage, of course, to reduce that racing line as well. So we have help with that. So we've got everything for all abilities and all people.
we have people like the leader of today's race, Chris Bailey, G-Star, Laura Powell, that will
Whoa,
be
what on
giving.
earth happened there?
They're all Smith's out, safety car, brilliant. Another
In
one.
fairness, I think that saved me because somehow I broke at the 150 board with having DRS, and yeah, I just decided to go straight on.
Well, I did see someone go straight on. I had no idea who it was, but
That was me.
well, there's a breaking point somewhere, mate, for you to hit.
Yeah, no, I thought I'd just make my own up, and it didn't work.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But so it'll be. Do you guys play F1? Yes.
No?
No,
Hot
this
Wheels?
is
This is Hot Wheels.
This is actually Assetto Corsa, but
Wow, don't even go there.
with fake F1 cars. So yeah,
We're also well versed in sarcasm. Have you not noticed?
this is F1 23. Just
Yeah.
if you didn't notice.
We are a PS league though, so if you're on Xbox or PC, unfortunately, it's unfortunately you won't be able to race with us. But we are a PS team. We are looking to go to the new game pretty soon after it is released as well. So just make you aware of that one.
Yeah. Well, I might as well get a little promo in at the same time. With F1 24 around the corner, if you join now, the chances are you're near on guaranteed a seat for when F1 24 comes out. So if you want to see, get joining and get racing with us so we can see where you are at.
Yeah, I wonder. I just jumped Xavier in the pits, and I wonder if he had wing damage.
Very likely, because he seems to be struggling. Well,
He was, but I mean, I'm sure he's not now. But you know, knowing Xavier as we know Xavier, but MRC is a nice guy.
He actually is the nicest guy like I've ever spoken to in my life. Like I love Xavier with all my heart.
Yeah, lovely man. But you're a little bit quiet there, mate. I'm struggling to hear you there, buddy.
Sorry, it's probably because I was talking a bit quiet. But
yeah, I mean, I'm a bit bored now of seeing the rear of Anton. I mean, I saw it a lot earlier on, and now I've got it again.
I thought you like a Frenchy rear end.
Well, French, English, Portuguese,
Chinese,
who knows?
Japanese, Bolivian,
Yeah,
Portuguese, yeah, everything.
bit of Australian in there, just for good measure.
The only thing he's not is Irish, because we've only got one of them in this league, and well, two, because one's actually on track, but the other one we're not a big fan of, so bye Winky.
Mr. Simon Cowell. Who's our other one?
Armar Red.
Is he now? Oh, well.
Yeah, he is Irish.
Cool.
I want to say, thing is, if you say they're Northern Irish, but they're from the Republic of Ireland, they get really offended. So I
Yes.
don't want to say what part of Ireland he's from, because I'll probably get
Well, Winky's from Northern.
No, he's from Republic, and I say that just to annoy him. He is actually from Northern, but he's my little Republic of Ireland friend.
Yeah. He's our wee little leprechaun in the commentary box.
And I know he's in the YouTube chat as well, so he's going to be absolutely fuming. But,
No, he's going to love it.
yeah, it's all right. Just pull your trousers down a little bit, mate, and you'll be all right. I'm going on.
They're making your voice a bit squeaky again.
Riley Doodles just said, "I'm going on my telly to sub to you."
Wow. Hang on, he's got a PC. He must have his phone, must have a tablet, and now he's going on his TV as well.
Do you want to create one on your PS5 as well while you're at it?
I've probably already done that.
Yeah, and then if you go on your TV upstairs, downstairs, wherever you've got a TV, just sub there. Go to your next door neighbour's house, sub there.
I think if he's one of the streamers and the content creators, he's going to have a basement as well. So get what they're doing in that one. He's going to have a lot of TVs.
Yeah. I don't know. Just get us to 1,000 subs.
Yeah.
That'd be lovely. If we get to 1,000 subs, and I'll tell you what, right? Every account you make, get it on every screen you've got in your house, so we've got concurrent viewers. He's just done it. Wow, what a guy!
Hey, what a legend. I like this guy. I can't wait for you to come and join us and race with us on track, mate. That'd be fantastic. And no,
He has
we've got the stewarding
194.
system. You got, sorry?
He has 194 accounts.
I don't know what to say to that, to be perfectly honest. There's one, why? Two, how? And three, how do you remember passwords?
No. Forget the how and the other one. 1 Y, 2 Y, and 3 Y.
Yeah.
They've all got no subs. Well, the nicest way possible. I'm really not surprised because if you're uploading on all of them channels, I'm worried.
That's
for you.
awesome. Well, I'll tell you what, the guys up ahead got a really good launch off the restart, and
Yeah. They did.
and I got the throttle glitch through a Ascari, so I couldn't keep up.
Well, that's always fun. A little bit of a throttle
Yeah.
glitch. We all love a throttle glitch. Riley Jules said, "Sorry, I wish I did." Don't worry about your subs. It's all fine. Just
Honestly,
sub to us
appreciate the support and look forward to seeing you racing with us.
Apparently, us guys are great YouTubers. I wouldn't call us YouTubers.
I mean, we do need somebody. To be fair, there may be a role for you in MRC.
I mean,
So when you come in,
yeah,
give me a message, and we shall have some discussions.
yeah.
My
Because
good man.
I mean, technically we are a YouTube group, but
Yeah, of course we are. We stream more than a lot of streamers, and that we stream at least 5 times a week.
we actually, when you put it like that, oh my god, yeah,
Yeah, how do people put up with us?
5 times a week. That is. Luckily, it's not just me and you on comms every week. Can you imagine? Oh my god, we'd be the two most
I would run
hated
out of
people on
rubbish to
planet Earth.
talk about.
I'd have given up a long time ago. Don't you worry about that. But Kid Dynamite is about to take the lead of this race from
Oh
Nick
yeah, I
BT.
forgot we were racing. I
Yeah,
mean,
so
it is,
did I.
but I forgot we were racing.
It's Riley's fault. I blame him totally. But but oh, Dumbest Hornet's about to make the move on Nick BT 4P2. Brilliant move from Dumbest Hornet round the outside of turn 2. Incredible. Now Chris Bailey's on the hunt. He's got one of his German compatriots, Mr. LRL, just in front of him. He's also made a great recovery drive here because he was down in last place after a spin in turn 1 not too long ago. So he's recovered an awful lot. But Dumbest Hornet is now under a little bit of pressure from Nick BT, who's coming back in. Oh, they've got Dumbest Hornet's gone round the outside and Lesmo won. Absolutely brilliant driving. Now he's going to be closing on Nick BT. Can he get anywhere near him into Ascari? No, not this lap. Nick BT seems to have insane straight line speed in that car. Nick BT is not a name that usually races X, but if he wants to keep racing every week after the action he's given us here, feel more than free, my friend. Marcus just made a move on Woomax for P9.
Yeah, I don't know if he got a slow through Ascari, and Ant and I both slipstream and passed down the straight there, so don't know if he had a little bit of a problem somewhere.
Yeah, very, very possible. Ant is now also on the back of the Flying Dutchman. That is Lorapel, but he's not going to be close enough this lap. Oh, there's been a lock-up into turn 1. I think it may have been G-Star potentially trying to get past LRL, but he's not going to be able to on this occasion. But we're about to hit, we're about 32 laps to go. This isn't going too bad as of yet.
Whoa, who on earth was that?
Oh, Mark's had a spinny.
Yeah, someone made contact with me, I'm not sure who, and yeah, spun me round who that was. To be honest, there was nobody alongside me or through Curva Grande, so I'm not sure what happened and where that's come from.
Maybe there was a missed braking point somewhere or another, sadly. But
Yeah.
there's still a long way to go. You've still got 32 laps, well, 31 laps, so.
Yeah, 32 laps after this one, of course, and yeah, we plug on, we keep going.
The only sad news for you is Baby Hornet's out, so he can't cause you another safety car, but, yeah. I,
I mean, I wonder if he can curse you from watching. Because I'm sure he's going to try.
oh, that guy, honestly, baby, I think like Baby Hornet just pretends to be my friend at this point. He's got to hate me, surely, and I wouldn't blame him for 1 second. But yeah, yeah, I think I made a lot of enemies just from my commentary, to be honest. But
Yeah, same here. I think I had it the other week, and every single person I went to on in qualifying spun. I think it was Japan.
yeah,
Yeah, so I just stopped trying to talk about a lap and gave in.
yeah, me and Stefan were on comms last Friday, and he kept saying Chris Bailey, he spun. He then said Kid Dynamite, he spun. Savior, he then hit the wall with DNF, and then yeah. So Stefan, I said Stefan, like, look, we'll put your curse away for this week. We'll put you on track. So yeah, and now he's actually doing really well. He's in
Oh, and I'm
P5.
out.
Oh.
Wow, that was strange. The rear was completely gone through the first Lesmo. I have absolutely no idea what on earth. They weren't even near the curb.
Well,
So
anyway,
apologies for that safety car.
now
Wow,
you're a full-time.
that was strange.
Now you're back to full-time commentary. So
Yeah, I'm actually now. Yeah,
yeah. So Hodges, now you're
I have
commentating
honestly
evening
no
with me.
idea what happened there.
This game's weird. Like I think it was China last week, wasn't it? Yeah. So at one point you're driving and you're like doing the same thing every lap. The next lap it just doesn't want to do it and you're in a wall. It's like, okay. Cheers,
Yeah, I
thank you.
mean the tyres were on 8% at the rear.
Yeah,
8%
it
wear,
is.
and it does that, and I just don't understand why and what happened.
Yeah, it makes absolutely no sense at all. But it's part of the fun, I guess.
It is.
Until it actually happens, and then it's not so fun, is it? But hey, we will all get there. But a lot of people pitted on that lap. LRL came in the pits for mediums. He should be able to, based off what they were saying about the strategies, he should be able to go to the end now, Mr. Stefan. So that's interesting. Mrc-X also pit. He's on 0 lap old hard tyres. So he's definitely going to the end. But it's going to be interesting how... Mark, do you have
Yes.
power to delete comments out of the YouTube?
Possibly.
Could you just go on the YouTube chat and delete a comment, please?
Yep.
I'm not even going to give it the satisfaction.
No.
But, yeah, so safety car, we got Nick BT and Kid Dynamite, who is on old. Potentially, if you can remove him from the chat as well.
I think I did.
Yeah, because, yeah. No, yeah.
Wow, Riley Doodles. Wow. Love it.
Yeah, Riley Doodles is very
Top
good.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll keep an eye on the our the YouTube channel.
Yeah. But so Kid Dynamite's on 14 lap old hard tyres, Nick BT on 14 lap old medium tyres. Everyone else behind him is on pretty fresh tyres.
Yeah, I think you mentioned earlier, I think Kid and Nick, I mean, they could use some softs in about, I'm going to, maybe 15, 16 laps time. I think they'll be suitable from that to go to the end on softs. I think Chris and those down who pitted for those hard tyres could, like you mentioned, could go to the end. So, yeah, we could be okay for that one.
Yeah, so I'm just going to have as well a look at the penalties. So Kid's still got 10. That's probably why Kid hasn't pitted yet, because he knows he's going to lose so much time. He is also... Actually, I'll see what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a look at the championship standings, because we are getting towards the end of the season now, so it is worth mentioning them. So, championship standings, as things stand. Kid Dynamite leads the championship by 29 points over Anton, and then Chris Bailey is 30 points behind. But with the 10-second penalty tonight, it's going to drop Kid Dynamite a long, long way down. So that gap could very much decrease tonight. Saviour's now up to P4 in the championship. I'm not used to seeing Sabian that low down in a championship in Mrc-X.
Yeah, I think it's just it differs when you. It depends on you know how many races you do race. I think I've only raced a couple this season, in fairness. So myself, so of course, and then a lovely TNF. So I've got work to do over the weekend, I think, for Monday evening. But yeah, it's one of those that if you do race occasionally, but not every time, it's easy and very quickly you can fall adrift in any of these championships.
Yeah, the other thing that's very interesting is we've got a real battle in the Challenger Tier Championship. So, and the top two in the championship are both out of tonight's race. Baby Hornet and Smith are both out. And they are separated
I think we've
by
only got
2
Armour
points.
Red.
Yeah, he's currently P5 in the championship, and he is 43 points behind El Hornet. So,
apparently Segundo can't understand a single word. I have no idea why. We're pretty clear to everyone else, but hopefully, but we are green. We are going racing again.
yep, we certainly are. But so let's see what this brings, because it's going to be interesting now to see how this plays out for the rest of the race with strategies and how the harder tyre runners sort of get on compared to the mediums of Nick. I wonder if Nick can go to the end from here on those 16 lap old tyres.
Yeah, exactly.
That is the interesting bit. Bailey is also right back. Bailey's probably the favourite for this race at the minute. He's got no penalties. He is
I think you're saying you're with the flu. I mean, come on, dude. Just give it a grip, mate. There's no need.
Oh, big moment for Nick. He is round in 5th. He was second, and he's just spun virtual safety car. I think he's just brung that out.
Wow.
So, yeah. At least it's only a virtual this time.
Yeah.
So, that's good news. Yeah, Nick has got damage from... He lost it on the exit of Ascari. Is what happened.
Mandy's right, ignoring the trolls because they've got nothing better to do on a Friday evening than harass people and be hateful. Exactly that, Mandy. And without enforce, obviously nothing else to do.
Well,
which is a bit sad, really.
No one else is moaning about it, so it can't be that bad, can it?
Exactly.
Right. And
that's it.
The most important thing is Riley and Mandy love us, so that's all that's important.
That's exactly. So I'm just quickly looking at the penalties. Obviously, we've got Armour Red with 13 seconds. Nick's just on 6. And G-Star Saviour on 3, and Kid still got the 10 seconds. Obviously, he'll serve the next one at his next pit stop as well. Unless he does try to go to the end, and it is possible. One like him, I think, yeah, he definitely could go to the end.
Yeah, they certainly could. Yeah, stream's been going... no, the league's been going actually for about 4 years, I want to say now, Mark, is it? Is it 4 years?
Just over 4 years, yeah, I think it was early 2020 Single Track started it. And we've grown and grown ever since, so yeah, we've grown quite a while, so I'm glad it's been suggested for you, Ren, so welcome to us.
Yeah,
and
so...
hopefully get some good racing for you. Not just now, but we've got well, 5 races a week. We've got a lot of... I don't even know how many videos we've got on YouTube, to be perfectly honest.
We also have, like, between seasons, so in just a couple of weeks... Well, there's only 4 races left of this season. We will then have... probably a couple of special races in between as well. I'm sure on the new game we'll give everyone a little special race before we actually get the season underway. So,
yeah, 100% leagues are rare. You're right. I mean, we don't usually do that. We always. This is Mrc-X, so this is our our mixed tier event that we host on a Friday evening with all 4 of our tier drivers racing all at once. And we mix it up every week. Sometimes we'll have a sprint race, sometimes we'll have a usual race, which is 18-minute qualifying and a 50% race. And then sometimes we do tonight, one-shot qualifying, then a glitch, so it went straight back to the grid, and then a 100% race. So it doesn't happen every week. We do run 2 races, of course, on a Monday and then a Wednesday as well for each tier from that. So yeah, not usually. It is 100%. It is a rarity, as you say, and I think a lot of people do enjoy it. It usually seems to be a Friday that I seat, which is annoying. Like a normal Friday for once. Look at this, Chris for the lead.
Yeah, he's just about to. He's got Kid. Kid is on slightly older tyres though, so that is a bit of a mismatch, but still all well and good to.
Yeah, and it's important, I think, for Chris to do that because you've got G-Star, Liverpool, and Saviour on those same lap, old hard tyres, 11 laps for each. And I think that's going to be very important for Chris to get that jump done and see if Kid can potentially hold a few other up. So yeah, I think it's key for Chris, and see what Kid can do in response. If he can keep within potentially Chris's DRS, it's going to help him defend. I don't know if he's going to be quick enough. We'll see, of course. This is the second DRS zone of the lap out the Les Moors towards the Scarby chicane. But then we've got, LOL's on the back of Bit. I was actually watching that lead, top 6, I should say, and then Bit's got a train behind him with LOL on 5-lap-old mediums, which is where I pretty much had my issue. But then that's going to be interesting to see what LOL, because he's going to want to use those tyres as best he possibly can to get past Carlin and use that extra grip to get up to those top guys. And I think there's potential that LOL could go to the end as well. If he looks after them, we've got 24 more laps after this one, so 29 laps. It's going to be a huge ask, but I think another man who could potentially do it is LOL, and then we'll see how he goes. And then, but of course, they've got fresh sets of softs, so could use those as well later on. Should there be any kind of safety car, heaven forbid, we've seen those now.
Yeah.
Oh, look, this is Gerber Grande.
Yeah, Kid just had an absolutely huge moment on the exit of entry of turn 1, I should say. He just twitched on the entry. It's like his rear locked, and it just sort of didn't let him turn in, and it left him vulnerable on the run down to turn 4. But very opportunistic from G-Star and a very good move to get through.
Yeah, I'm just following a little bit further down the field at the moment with Loppy 2 seconds off the back of Carr, but now he's got Woomax and Red Car and Armour Red as well. 17 laps on his medium tyres for Armour Red, so I think he's going to struggle a little bit. Ryan's 13 on his hards. He should be okay for now. Probably not a huge amount of wear on them either, the way that Ryan's always looked after his tyres, so I think that's going to be an interesting one to see how far he can go. And again, looking potentially for a lot of these drivers that'll maybe use a set of softs towards the end.
Yeah. In reply to, I've forgotten what his name is, the guy that we were talking about earlier. So Mrc-X is the only race where we do the long races. Sorry, Laura's about to make Laura Pell's about to make the move on Kid Dynamite. But in turn 1, they side by side into 2. Laura Pell's going to try and go around the outside of Kid Dynamite. No one ever does that. What a move! Very good. I was
watching further back. Woomax got Loppy as well under the DRS down the pit straight as well.
Yeah, but Ren, so yeah, Mrc-X is the only race where, the only time where you'll see longer races. In general, we have the general short quality 50% races for our tiered races, but Mrc-X we experiment with a few different types of format. You'll see like sprint races and reverse grid races and 100% races. So it tests all of your kind of abilities, your concentration, your skill, your endurance, all that sort of stuff.
Ooh. Sorry, I just saw Ryan get a little bit shaky on out the exit of the second Les Moore. That's a dangerous place to potentially lose the lead, but caught it really well. Good save.
Yeah, it really, really was. And it's nice to see him actually racing on a Friday. It's not very often he actually races on a Friday, so...
No, he's not normally a fan of this format, is he, in the X format? So, yeah, you're right, it's good to see him on board.
Yeah, and, there's a few people that don't usually, like Nick BT as well. Dumbest Hornet doesn't usually race Red Car, so good to see some of our normal guys stepping up. But I tell you what, Laura Pell's on an absolute charge. He's about to overtake G-Star 4P2. And next up for Laura Pell is Chris Bailey. And this he's looking really good. Lorapel may be the new favourite to win this race.
Yeah, could be. His pace is looking very strong. Unfortunately, no, we don't have AC or simulators. We're purely just Formula One, F1 on the PlayStation consoles. So yeah, unfortunately not for us.
Yeah, cross-play isn't for us, sadly. We
Yeah,
don't
we were looking at doing it, but the lobby's just got quite glitchy. I know there are a lot of leagues out there that do and manage it, but we've just decided we're not going to risk the different, the potential glitches that can potentially come across the lobbies. So yeah, we're sticking with what we have, and it works well. We've got a great community and some very, as you're seeing on track, incredible drivers as well. LOL now he's got past Carl, is starting to close that gap to the battle up ahead. That gap now only 1.5 seconds, so he's getting there.
Yeah, he definitely is. And the other person that's on an absolute charge, as well as Lorapel, is now the man that's just approaching the rear end of his other Dutch compatriot, and that is G-Star, side by side, running down to turn 1. I think he's going to get it done before they even get to turn 1. He certainly is, and Ant is in P3. This is now a three-way battle, I think, for the win. Well,
yeah, potentially. I think. Well, I don't know. I think just because G-Star has that 3 second sort of saviour, has the little penalties, but I think they're all on the same lap. Well, they are on 15 lap all hard, so the same. The same potential wear across them, and I'm keeping my eye. I mean, we don't obviously advertise it, but I'm keeping my eye on the ERS levels. And it is quite interesting. I know you're not going to show it unless we go on board, which does happen to show it, unless you have got it live on the stream.
I did actually just have it live on the stream, then by accident. I've turned it off now, though.
Yeah, so the interesting bit is we've got Chris, who's actually doing okay with his, but of course the nature of Monza, you can't actually break that DRS. It's very, very difficult to pull away around here, because once you get the slipstream, it helps keep you there, and of course the DRS is so powerful around here. But yeah, it's difficult. So he's not been able to break the guys behind, and the guys behind have got that little bit more battery life than he has. So it's going to be an interesting tactical battle, I think, from here on out.
Yeah. But,
And LOL is close now. He's now taken 6/10 out in this lap alone. So he's now pretty much about where at the DRS point of Kid Dynamite ahead of him. And Bits now had that gap closed with Max. Loppy Ryan's decided he's done 16 laps on his hard, so I'm going to keep an eye and see what he goes on next. 20 laps to go.
Yeah.
Who's a set of stops for Ryan? Well, if anyone can take him to the end.
Yeah, that's for sure. I think the other person to watch out for, I said the top 3 are probably the favourites to win this race. I think if LRL manages to navigate Kid Savior and G-Star quickly, he all of a sudden is going to find himself in the battle for the win as well.
Yeah, I think you're possibly right with that one. I think it's a bit of the dumbest Hornet on his own at the back there in 14th, and I think that's just down to the bad luck that he had, and he's only just recently pitted as well, so I think that'll bring him back in quite a bit when the next few drivers and the guys above him do pit.
Yeah, certainly will. Dumbest Hornet is... He's definitely got the pace today, he's shown that. He's been right at the front at times, battling with these guys. But yeah, no, these liveries, we get some weird and wacky liveries, trust me. We really do. He said they look like candy wrappers.
Yeah, they do actually. Yeah, it's when we start going bright.
Yeah, Lorapel's going to make the move for the lead round the outside of 1. Is he going to make it stick? Very good move from Lorapel. But now you've got Ant.
You can't discount Anton as well.
Chris has come back at him. Chris is back through on the XM too. Yeah, very good driving. Now Ant's also going to be there. Is he going to make a move on the run down to 3? There actually, I thought he was going to have a look. Not quite this time. Lorapel looks like he's lagging a little bit, which probably isn't helping matters either.
I was going to have a quick look at that and just see if he is or not. I think Armour Red's now pitted. I'm just going to keep an eye on Ryan's gap to nick ahead of him. Obviously been on the soft tyres and very much clean air, and see what he can do with that one.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Ryan was behind Armour Red before his pit stop, which also shows the speed that he's got, the undercut, and how much that works. And Ahmed's come out on used hard tyres in Sonino. They've done 9 laps already.
I mean, he'll definitely be able to. I wonder if he just got damage earlier on and it ruined his hard stint. So he's like, okay, well, I can just put them back on. They'll definitely go to the end. But 19 laps to go, and I still think any one of about 7 drivers can win this race. Well, actually, probably 4 because of the penalties. Like, the middle-aged firecracker currently has about 10 seconds, doesn't he? So he's probably not going to win. But LRL's just made the move on him into turn 1. That's the first of the moves
that about Kid Dynamite, and yet we persist on underestimating that man, and we always pay for it.
Well, I see. I'm using it as motivation for him. He's coached me all these years.
Is that what it is?
I'm coaching. I'm coaching him psychologically. I can't help him with his on-track driving because he'll probably get worse rather than better. But psychologically, I'm just boosting him. I'm an extra. I'm like DRS. I don't know what I'm trying to do, but he's on 26 lap-old hards with 10 seconds of penalties. If he wins this race, I will write a 1,000-word essay of apologising to Kid Dynamite in general chat.
Wow. I mean, can you? I don't think you have that. You might have to put it into 2 messages.
To be honest, I don't even think I could write 1,000 words if I tried. But
you can tell you're an engineer.
Yeah, I do my utmost best. Like, yeah. But this is I love the thing is, it's like you said, this is just a DRS train, but I do think LRL's got way more grip than anyone else. So he's the one to watch at this point. Can he get the moves done while being in a DRS train?
Oh,
Double out. Session and
to the second lesson, we've got a safety car. Wow, this is going to be huge. Who's going to pit? I think this is perfect for someone like Kid to get rid of an extra 5 seconds and not lose too much time. Potentially, pardon me, any time with Mrc-X behind.
I swear to God, if he wins this race now.
Oh, we're not gonna let that drop.
That safety car could. I'm jigging. For once, I haven't cursed everyone else. I've cursed myself, which is what's happened here.
It's a new one. It's a novelty. Nick's pitted, Ryan's pitted. I don't know what tyres Ryan's putting on. Nick's gone for the softs. So has Ryan, a fresh set of soft tyres. So, that towards the end, I think I'll be surprised if we don't see everybody pitting at this point. I mean, Armour went past and didn't pit, but I think everybody else, I think they're gonna. It just makes sense to pit.
Yeah, it does. I mean, this is our 5th safety car as well, and usually the game stops at 5. Like, Bert usually goes into retirement after that. So, I tell you what though, Chris Bailey's pulled 1.7 seconds under this safety car.
Yeah, I mean, when I was racing. It seems a long time ago now.
It does.
But
it really does.
The gap did go up to about 1.9 seconds very, very quickly, and yet everybody, all the leaders now diving into the pit lane. Obviously, hopefully, wow, that was a bit of a battle. I think Kid was a lot braver. There was contact. Kid's got 5 seconds for contact with Saviour. And who was that? That was Saviour had to double stack, so I'm not sure who was ahead of him. But whoever he was with was actually in the pits. Now, Bailey's gone for the softs. Everyone else has gone for the mediums.
Yeah, this is the very big issue with Mrc-X. You have no idea who you're pitting with. So
that is a good point, yeah.
Very easily get screwed out of it. But do you know what the most ironic thing about what's just happened to Kid Dynamite is? He's just lost 5 seconds at his pit stop, but he's also just gained 5 seconds. So
yeah, that's bittersweet, isn't it?
Well, at least he's not winning. I'd have to write an essay now, so that's the one thing. But
so you said exactly. You mentioned obviously that you never know who's in your pit box, but we don't. I mean, we've got a lot of these elite tier drivers in the. Well, I think they're all. I'm just trying to count down. Mrc-X is an expert, isn't he? But then everyone else, the top 7 are elite tier drivers and have found their way to the front. Including Ant, obviously, from last on the grid, which is an incredible race so far. And we've got a mix of tyres.
Yeah, we definitely do.
And that's going to be interesting to see who can keep them towards the end, who is, can the likes of LOL, Wumax, Loppy mix it up there and get involved with the softer tyres. Can Chris pull away in the first few laps before the DRS kicks in as well? So there's a lot to ride on this.
Yeah, there really is. This is also there's gonna be big implications, especially in the elite tier championship here, because like I said, Kid Dynamite's currently got a 29-point lead over Anton. He's obviously got 10 seconds worth of penalties. Chris and Anton are currently first and third, so they're going to gain quite a lot of points on Kid here.
Yeah, as it stands, of course, a long way to go still.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not, but it is, if that makes any sense.
Well, we're just approaching, 15 laps to go now, so we're probably going to have 14 racing laps. So it's definitely going to be spicy. It's a thing. There's not going to be another safety car because the game doesn't bring out more than 5. If there is, then...
Well, you've jinxed it now, haven't you?
Well, yeah, of course I have. But LRL, I'm interested to see LRL and Chris how they get on the soft. If they can deal with the graining phase but keep their positions as well. Because I think LRL is going to be very aggressive. Not in a bad way, but aggressive off this start. Because he needs to be if he wants to... Because his battle isn't necessarily with Xavier, Kid and G-Star, because they've all got penalties. He wants to get to Anton and Lurapel and Chris.
Yeah, but Stefan's only going to really know that if he's watching us. Because where he is, he will see Kid in 5th on his Delta, and he'll see Loppy in 9th. He will not know above that who has got penalties. He may not even be fully aware of who's ahead in what position. So if he is watching us, then this is helpful him, and I know a lot of people do. I know Bailey sometimes gives us a listen as well. Because I tried to torture him on Monday when... Well, we did, didn't we? On Monday evening.
Yeah.
With the Leeds playing.
He still hates me from last Friday. He wasn't happy with me last Friday.
Oh, was he not?
No, he really wasn't.
Oh, no, he wasn't, was he? But at least the safety car's in this lap, so this is going to be, here we go, back racing, and like we say, see what's going to happen with these tyres, who can use them to the best of their abilities, and who's going to try and get the jump.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting one at this point, that is for sure. I'll tell you something, Chris Bailey is doing the world's slowest safety car restart right now. So... He's gone though. He's gone pretty early as well, and I'll tell you something. He's sort of caught Lurapel napping a little bit here.
Yeah, I think that's where he went last time out, and it really worked well for him.
Yeah, it definitely did. But he hasn't managed to pull the same gap he did. Last time he was about 1.5, but I thought Anton was going to have a little look at Lurapel then. Kid's just got past G-Star, 4P4. So Kid's on a bit of a charge, but he needs to be because of the fact of the 10-second penalty. But look at LRL, he's right on the back of Xavier. Those two are both very, very good friends as well. They're both from the same country also. So let's see the little German battle.
Yeah, they're both from the same region, aren't they? Yeah, same region, I think, in Germany.
I think they're actually personal friends, if I'm not mistaken. I think they know each other quite well. So I know they play a lot of different games together as well. So because Stefan was trying to curse Alex on comms last week, so that's how I know. But I said be careful what you wish for, because you never know, one day Alex could end up on comms with me. And it'll be
to be fair,
you.
he has actually, if he wants to come on comms with me at one point, so I am going to get him on commentary with me sometime in the future.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he's the world's nicest guy, so... And there's absolutely no worries about him being on comms at all, is there?
Maybe the language.
Yeah, he does have the...
That's the only thing I can think of. But otherwise, no, and he gets super excited. So I think he's going to be absolutely awesome if we can get him up there. I know you said he'll think about it. I think he was worried about his language as well at one point.
Yeah, I've been
but
in a
that
party
guy, Chris has used the tyres quite well at the moment.
Yeah, he has. He's really pushed on. He needs to build it. He really does. LRO's right on the back again of Xavier, but again, LRO, I tell you what though, look at Nick and Womack side by side through Curva Grande, round the outside from Nick BT. What a move! Wow, that was incredible racing. How on earth have those two just got through there without any sort of contact? But interestingly, Ant is still right attached to that rear end of Le Rappel.
Yeah, and I think that's absolutely key. I think for Chris getting away at the moment, using the tyres as best he possibly can, in 13 more laps after this one. But those softs will go. Obviously, we know they'll drop off a lot, and the mediums will. The mediums will be very comfortable towards the end of this race, where the softs maybe not so much. So building as much of a gap as he possibly can is important. It's very imperative for Chris to do that with. And luckily, you know, his Monday night teammate, of course he's not tonight, but his Monday night teammate, that is going to put in Liverpool, making him look more in his mirrors than he is ahead of him at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously, Chris and Anton know each other very, very well. They are literally teammates in Elite Tier, aren't they? So... Yeah,
you're going a little bit quiet again, mate. I don't know if it's your mic or something.
Okay, I'm going to turn the volume up to the absolute maximum very quickly. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, unless it's just a bit further away from you.
Is that better?
A little bit. We'll try.
Okay, I'll just try and talk a little bit louder. Hopefully that works. I don't really want to cut off the stream while the action's happening. But Anton is right there. Kid Dynamite as well. The thing is, I feel so sorry for LRL right now. He's definitely got the preferred tyre, but he's just in the train. He can't get anywhere with this.
Yeah, his saving grace. Oh, his hope. Oh, what a save that is! I think
Nick?
that might have been Nick.
Yeah.
How on earth did he stop that from going? What a save that was.
That was like Alonso in China.
Jeez, that was fantastic. Oh, I tell you what, he takes a lot of the exit curve. The final apex of that inside curve of Curva Grande. Scarian, that's brave to do. But I was going to say that LOL's got, you know, Saviour's not within that 1 second and that DRS. But, I mean, Saviour's used a lot more of his ERS. So this could be it.
Sorry, this is going to be so close. In between the three, Kid Dynamite's just made a move on Anton for P2, and they so nearly went into the back of Le Rappel.
Yeah, and then I was looking at Stefan as well, got past Saviour in the same time, so... A lot of action going on at the moment.
Yeah, well, look at the top 7. They're all Elite Tier drivers, and we all know what the Elite Tier do to us on a weekly basis, and this is the problem with X. We're now just surrounded by Elite Tier guys, so this is a problem, isn't it? I didn't think this one through.
No, we didn't we?
I've just realised there's only one Challenger Tier driver left, and that is Armar Red.
Yeah, there is. So it's going to be huge for him just to finish this race and get some points on the board, and that could be huge. I think as well, I mean, we don't want to see it, but the way that it's worked out so far is that with Smith not finishing, with Geke not finishing, it's helped Baby Hornet a little bit more in terms of the championship, because he is, as I think he is, he's away and working for the next couple of Fridays. I hope he's going to get another race this season for his potential championship, because he is still leading it, but Armor Red's gonna. I don't know the gaps. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know the championship. I haven't got them in front of me at the moment, but it's gonna be key. And look at this. This is LRL. It gets the move done on G-Star.
Yeah, I think LRL is now bringing himself into serious contention now for at least P2 here. I just realised Kid also got past Le Rappel, so.
Yeah, it's Dynamite's absolutely flying at the moment, and. This is key for LRL, because, you know, he needs to have a great lap again now to break as much of the toll as possible and break as much of the potential DRS as possible, and then to get closer to and those, well, the 3 out ahead of him, and to use that, because I think that's what caught Saviour out, and that what made the move easier against G-Star as well, is that DRS and how powerful it can be.
Yeah. It definitely can be. I'm still, again though, I'm still a bit of a loss at who's actually going to win this race. It could be absolutely anyone. Kid Dynamite obviously has insane pace at this stage, but I'm still thinking LRL could be the one to really watch here on those soft tyres. He seems to have unbelievable pace. He's taken about 0.5 of a second out of Anton on this lap alone. So
yeah, but now we've got to watch that battle for second, because
Yeah.
we've got two of them very, very close. With the
We
DRS
have-
going to be wide open.
Lorapel just doesn't seem to have the same straight line speed as the other two. But now actually in the closing stages, he's catching. But Lorapel is a very, very sensible driver. That's one thing I learned from watching him every week. He does not make a move unless he has at least got a wheel alongside the other guy's car. He's very, very sensible, Lorapel.
Yeah, and that's what makes these guys the elite. They've got a bit more that awareness around them, and that fairness and sportsmanship as well that makes these races. It sends me west because I cannot cope. And no wonder I drink on a Monday night and while I'm commentating, because it's just ridiculous. The skill and the talent that these guys have, and a lot of the awareness as well. Of course, mistakes happen, it does. But, you know, some of these guys are just absolutely incredible. And I was looking at the top speeds. You mentioned that about the top speed. And the bit I was on board with, I was thinking Dynamite was about 15 mile an hour slower down the pit straight without the DRS than Lirapel. But he was a little bit quicker than Ant. He had a little bit more top speed than Ant. But I tell you what, that's a lot closer this time.
He's going to get him into the Parabolica, maybe. No, I thought he was going to close. He's going to wait for the DRS. That's a sensible option, because otherwise you're just going to get caught in the DRS zone. But I think this could be the lap where, I'll tell you something, it wouldn't even surprise me to see 3 wide.
Kid got a good exit.
He did, but Lorapel is coming.
Top speed kicking in, I'm looking at it.
Here he goes. He's going to try and make the move. How late can he brake? Can he make the corner even more importantly? He does make it. He did run a little bit deep into it. That's going to compromise his exit out of turn 2. So let's see. Can Kid get anything back? No, I think Lorapel's got him covered for now. He's not under any sort of pressure right now behind from Anton. But I'll tell you what, Chris's gap has sort of just halted a little bit. It stayed around about the same even with these guys fighting.
Yeah, and I think them using each other as the DRS train has helped, because it was about 3 seconds and closed just a couple of tenths, but closed nonetheless. And this is where, again, the mediums and the softs, this is where the grip, the crossover could come into play with 8 more laps to go. And it's going to be an interesting one to the end of this race, I think, if Chris can hold on. And wow, look at Ant!
Yeah, he's just got him into Ascari. That's very, very impressive. But carrying on from your point, I think the soft may be in the graining phase, because if you look at LRL, he's also dropped back a little bit. He was about 1.3, 1.4. He's now back to 1.8. These guys are also taking a bit of time out of Chris. I think the softs may have hit the graining phase, and the mediums maybe.
A few of them gone very, very wide through Ascari as well. Liverpool went wide and just, I think, kept 2 wheels on the white line. I'm not sure if Ant did or not. Potentially got a warning or not on Kid as well, so that's going to be very, very close and Ant into turn 1.
I tell you what, G-Star just got past Stefan as well, so Stefan's soft tyres are not working how they were, that is for sure. G-Star's come back at him.
Yeah, and I think Chris mainly lost that time on the previous lap through Ascari. That's the fastest corner on the track, and apart from if you want to count turn 3 curb, of course. We'll call it the second fastest corner, but that's where a lot of the load is on these tyres, and that's where you need that front end grip, and you just need that stability through there, because you used to, they are quick directional changes through the chicanes, but that is a very prolonged corner that we've got on this track, and that's where I think Chris was losing out the most, looking at the intervals that I was on the previous lap. So it's going to be interesting to see what you can do this lap round.
Yeah, it definitely will be. Very much so. I'm very interested to see how this is gonna just sort of play out, because look at that gap. About a second has been taken out in the last 2 laps of Chris from Lirapel. Lirapel's on an absolute charge now. He's also starting to pull a little bit from Anton.
Yeah, and it was the same corner again. It was 2.5 seconds come out of Ascari and down to 2.1 when they come out the Parabolica. Look at this behind, we've got LML G-Star, and I think Saviour's involved in this one as well.
Yeah, it certainly is. Oh, there's a bit of contact between Saviour and G-Star, but they both made it round okay. Brilliant traction from Saviour on the exit of 2. And through goes the German man. So he's not lost his fight, Saviour, since going to Will. He might not have the same raw speed as he had since he's gone to Will, but he's definitely still got the same fight and heart and determination.
I mean, that's the scary part, isn't it? That Xavier's won, what, 5 championships?
Just
And,
an X.
yeah, I'm sure has he not won a tier 1?
He's won a tier 1, but I
1.
think isn't it 6 with the tier 1 champion, or is it 5?
Oh,
I've lost
I
count.
can't remember
He's
anymore.
won that many,
I
I've lost count, yeah.
I know. Between him and Ujoni. But, yeah, I think that, you know, if he was doing that on controller,
Yeah.
no assists on a control pad is ridiculous.
Yeah, it
that gap
certainly is.
again at the front's come down 1.9 seconds. Not as much this lap than it did previously, only a couple of tenths, but it's still coming down regardless.
Yeah, maybe Chris is tyre saving. Oh, I tell you
Oh,
what though, look at this! 3 wide down the rundown! And through goes Anton into P2. Chris has his little buffer now, in some way. But where on earth did those two come from?
Wow!
I'm almost certain, obviously I can't go back and check sadly, but I think they were about 7 to 8 tenths back at the exit of Parabolica. And they've absolutely flown past.
Yeah, and that's what it is about getting the drive off there. I mentioned the stability. Clearly, even in the dirty air, up to each other's chuff. If you haven't said it yet.
I actually have got a whole stream without saying chuff. Yeah.
I know. I'm sorry. I have kept on and see if we actually managed it. But that as well, because of the DRS and how quickly and cleanly Ant got through from Liverpool and Dynamite, that he's closed that gap now onto Chris, and the gap is now about a second.
Yeah, I want some of that rear wing or lack of rear wing that Anton's got, please, because that was some insane straight line speed. But Chris Bailey, his bottom is going to be twitching, and it's not just his car's bottom, probably his own bottom is going to be twitching at the sight of what's behind him. So
yeah, he is. Oh, and he's in the DRS, Ant's in the DRS, but Dynamite, what a run he got from the Parabolica. Liverpool's had a big moment and dropped way back. Xavier's dropped way back. This is huge. This is going to be now another 3-way fight, but not the people we thought.
Yeah, the only sad thing for all of this battle is with Kid, he's got 15 seconds of penalties.
Yeah, that's the only thing, but it'll drop him down to possibly about Loppy, maybe ahead of Loppy, in 10th. But this is now whether or not Chris wanted it or not. He is in that fight. He tried his best to scamper, and I think the softs are just losing their edge now.
Yeah, they certainly are. It's going to be a tough ask for Chris from here on out, without a doubt. It's very interesting to see how this is going to play out overall, because obviously Kid with his penalty, who's going to win it out of Anton Liverpool? Can Chris keep any life in those tyres?
Well, that's it. Hopefully, was just trying to look after them, and he can keep going to the end. But I mean, the guys behind have got a little bit more battery life. I'm not going to say what. I know we don't show it on stream, but look at this now behind. Liverpool's got back into this fight. He dropped a bit.
He has.
Back in.
He's going to get Anton. The thing is, and now Kid's also making the move. We've got two wide battles in the same position, so we've got Kid through. Who's got through in the other battle? I think Lurapel's through. No, Anton's going to have to drive out of 2. Oh, there's a bit of a wheel bang between the two. Are they going to stay side by side through Kerma Grande? They are. Lurapel round the outside. He's run a bit deep, though. That's going to hurt him. But now, under a bit of pressure, into turn 4, sorry, and he's got the move done.
Wow.
That was intense. I also thought Lurapel was actually going to get past Chris there at the same time, but let's be honest, the main battle for the win here is between Chris, Lurapel and Anton. Say, Kid with those penalties is almost out of the question, really. So, in some way, they probably... Well, Chris will be wanting to hang on to the back of him for some DRS, but...
Yeah, of course.
But the other two will want him to scamper away because it'll make Chris that much more vulnerable. We're up to 14 viewers, so come on, guys, hit the like button. That is what we want. Nick BT, another 3 seconds. He's got 18 seconds worth of penalties. You have got to be closing in on a disqualification, my friend.
Yeah, I think you get up to about 30 odd, I think it is. Ren, you're right. Worst case scenario, no tyres to fend with for the lead, and you're exactly right. Pretty much no tyres, but no DRS, which is so vitally important. Luckily, Chris has got this lap. But I tell you what, Liverpool, you mentioned earlier how quick he is in a straight line. He is rapid in a straight line, but not quite close enough this time round.
Yeah, Chris just about had the DRS of Kid then, so it sort of kept him be. But I tell you what, there's a big move in the background. Nick's just made a move on LRL. LRL softs are totally gone. He's dropped to P8. He's
Yeah.
dropping like an absolute fly, LRL. So those softs was definitely the wrong option for those guys.
I think you're right. The medium's just holding up that little bit more with 2 more laps after this one. They're going to be hoping just... It's a difficult one. You want to try to keep the life in them so they don't completely fall off. But at the same time, you need to keep pushing, and it's adjusting your driving style to be smooth and not sort of heavy brake if possible, which you have to around here, but not be too quick on the steering wheel in terms of to keep the grip in there. Be a lot smoother if you possibly can to maintain that average speed. But I tell you what, Liverpool got a heck of a drive out of Ascari as well. I think it's going to put Chris under pressure because Chris, I don't think, will have the detection point he's not going to have. The DRS, he's going to be extremely vulnerable to Liverpool and potentially Ant as well.
Yeah, he certainly is. Liverpool, I think, is going to have his moment here, and I think he's going to get him. I don't think Chris is going to have much to
finish, before the start, well, the original or the start line, it was past the finish line, but definitely before the start line.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, Chris's tyres are very much hurting now. I wonder if potentially Chris didn't have a fresh set of mediums, and that's why he went the soft route and just sort of prayed that they'd go to the end.
Yeah, I mean, if he did he went for the softer choice of tyres. You only got 1 set of mediums and 4 sets of softs, whereas the balance you got 2 sets of mediums. So yeah, that's a very good possibility. And Loppy and Bit are having a fight further back. Ryan's in it as well. I think Bit's just taken over, I think. But yeah, Ryan's doing well. 16 laps on his softs and still doing well and still pacing himself quite well. Armour Red pitted recently as well, 5 laps on his set of stuff, so he's looking just to go to the end now and take those 25 points for the Challenger tier.
Yeah, without a doubt. But I'll tell you something, after today, if Lurapel manages to see this out and win, he's going to now be right back in the title fight. He has won the last 2 Mrc-X races in a row. Bailey and Anton are obviously going to gain an awful lot on Kid as well. Kid's the biggest loser of today with that 15-second time penalty. Like you said, he's going to probably drop around about Lorpy Wumax region, probably Wumax. So
as it stands, if he gains a second on Wumax this lap, he will go ahead of Wumax. But currently the gap's at 14 seconds. But it's still not over yet.
Lurapel's actually just got past him as well. Yeah,
he did.
That's the worst case scenario because Kid would have wanted clean air really. But at the same time, with DRS, it might also... Oh, he's nearly got into the back of Lurapel! He's actually got off track! Kid's at a massive moment!
Yeah, this could really hamper that gap as well. That's going to slow him right down, and that's going to put him right in that clutches off. Womack's down in 9th as well. But that's a relief for Chris Bailey to get that position. I mean, he's going to get it potentially on the penalties anyway. No, Kids actually said in the YouTube earlier he wasn't that upset about it just because of the way it was, and he said he made mistakes. But yeah, it's huge for the championship now.
Yeah, that really is. The front 3 will be obviously delighted that he's got 3 seconds. Not in a mean way, but they will be. But
here we are, final corner, finally.
We are, and Lurapel is about to come across the line and take back-to-back wins in Mrc-X. He is the informed man. He is the man trying to make a claim for the title. Anton, Chris will both be absolutely delighted with P2 and P3. Maybe not so much Chris. I've just realised Chris has actually got past Anton as well there. But Saviour will take P4, G-Star... No, NRL will take P4, G-Star P5. So NRL it's not worked out too badly for him. G-Star 5th. No, Saviour 5th, G-Star 6th. Everyone's chopping and changing like crazy here. Woomack 7th, Kid in 8th, Lorpy in 9th, Nick BT in 10th, Bit in 11th, Red Car 12th, and Armar Red is still coming through Ascari with 16 seconds of penalties. So, Woomax has left the session too early. Brilliant.
Yep, does that. He's a regular for that. Well, hopefully we'll have his position. I can't remember the ruling we've got on that one. But yeah, I think actually, Chris,
early, that's it. I think that's what we said.
In that case, Red Car's now been promoted.
Yeah, well, either way, don't leave the session early because you know what happens. But yeah. But Armar Red, believe it or not,
as well.
believe it or not, Armar Red has just taken the win for the challengers here.
He has, and I think he made a few pit stops, of course, and whatnot. But so I think his overall pace, his finishing position and time, doesn't represent the pace.
Oh no, without a doubt. But let's just have a little look because that is an insane race. That was an insane race. Laura Pearl takes the win.
What?
Bailey second. Ansel in third. LRO fourth. Savior in fifth. G Star sixth. Kid actually gets seventh. So damage limitation, you could say, from the 15 seconds. Law P in eighth. Nick BT in ninth. He had all sorts of dramas in that race. Bit in 10th. Red Car Rambo 11th. Amar Red takes the win for the Challenger tier in 12th. Max did finish, but left. All the DNS baby Hornet. I'll tell you what, Mark, I'll give you the very hard task of picking a driver of the day.
I'm gonna. I mean, I think Chris played the race very well, and it was great to get second and fastest lap. Unfortunately, I don't get a point for fastest lap. I'm gonna have to go with Ant because starting 19th and pulling his way through, kept out of trouble and made some fantastic overtakes. I think have to. I mean, LOL 17th as well, great run, and those guys just absolutely were fantastic tonight. But I'm just pipping it to Ant, I think, with that one.
I'm going to give it a shared one, and I'm going to go with Lower Power just because he sort of dropped back, came back, dropped back, came back. He was like fourth first, fourth third. He was like a yo-yo tonight, but absolutely brilliant drive. So Antan and Laura Pell are the two drivers of the day. But don't forget to tune in. We've got experts here Monday, 7 o'clock, where you'll see Hodgson back on track. We don't know the comms teams yet. Well, I don't know the comms teams yet, so I'm not going to say them.
Pass. I'll have to put them up.
Then
I
we've
forgot.
got Elite Tier at 8:45. Then Comp and Sport Wednesday 7 and 8:45 respectively. Then I'm back here next Friday 7:30 for I've forgotten what track's next. I think it's Belgium, so we'll go with Belgium. But yeah, and I don't know the format, so you'll see then. But thank you all for watching, Mark. Thank you for driver coming and being here.
A little bit of the driver comms, a little bit.
But thank you for being
no, it's
here.
been a pleasure.
Is what I'll say.
No, it was great fun. Actually, enjoyed it. Well, I didn't. I think the race was hard for me. I think the hard tyres just didn't have any overall grip or pace really in them. And then, yeah, that's really strange snap. Just entered the race and was a bit of a poor end halfway through. But yeah, sorry for the safety car that caused. But no, I believe I've been with you as well, mate, and it was good fun. Enjoyed it.
Yeah, it most certainly was. But that'll be it from us tonight. As I said, don't forget to like. Don't forget, if you're new here or a fan of the channel like Riley Doodles, leave a like, subscribe, share it with your friends, subscribe to us on every account you can possibly make, even if you've got 194 like Riley Doodles. But that'll be it, and see you all on Monday. Good night.
Good night.